Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. We are officially in emergency mode. Remy Ma, yes, the Remy Ma, is reportedly in critical condition, and her family is begging the public for prayers. The same woman who went bar for bar with Nikki, who came back from prison like a queen, is now fighting for her life. And what's worse, the doctors aren't sugarcoating anything. According to multiple sources, one insider nurse allegedly said, "We're doing everything we can, but it's not looking good." Wait, what? What happened to her? Why is this all being kept so quiet? And why is Papoose refusing to talk to the press while being spotted at the hospital with tears in his eyes and a folder clutched to his chest? And that's not all. Rumors are swirling about a leaked voice memo, a toxic betrayal, and a mysterious visitor who came to her hospital room just hours before everything spiraled. This isn't just a health scare, y'all. This is something way, way deeper. And trust me, you weren't supposed to hear any of this. Let's rewind the clock 72 hours. What started as a routine hospital checkup turned into one of the most chilling celebrity health emergencies we've seen in years. It was supposed to be a private visit, just Remy Ma and her doctor. No security, no cameras, no media. But by midnight, hospital staff were calling in extra nurses. Papoose was seen pacing the lobby. Remy's mother broke down, crying outside the ICU wing. What the hell happened? According to an anonymous EMT who spoke to our source under the condition of anonymity, Remy collapsed just minutes before she was due to meet a private health consultant. The EMT claimed she wasn't responsive. Her breathing was shallow. They rushed her through the back entrance to avoid attention. And that's when the whispers started. Because this wasn't just exhaustion. It wasn't just stress. This was something deeper, something hidden, and something everyone close to her refuses to talk about. Now, let's be real, Remy Ma isn't new to headlines. We've seen her bounce back from prison, rise again in the rap game, clash with Nicki Minaj on wax, and stand tall on red carpets, like the Bronx queen she is. But this is different. According to internal hospital communications flagged by a whistleblower on the admin team, the doctors issued a Level 4 containment protocol, typically reserved for severe medical deterioration or high-profile patients needing privacy due to media interest. Why? Because allegedly, Remy Ma flatlined for 42 seconds before being revived. Yes, flatlined. One nurse, who posted anonymously on a private healthcare forum, wrote, "The patient in room 14B required full emergency intervention. Code Blue initiated. Patient's vitals unstable. Family advised to prepare." The patient in 14B? That's Remy. But the real kicker? Her family didn't even know until hours later. Why? Because the only person present when it all went down was Claressa Shields. Yep, Claressa. The same Claressa who's been in the headlines more for her rumored friendship with Papoose than her boxing. The same Claressa who reportedly popped in to check on Remy and left just minutes before everything went south. Coincidence? Please. Sources say security footage shows Claressa leaving the hospital visibly upset, clutching her phone and mumbling something under her breath that staff couldn't make out. One hospital janitor claimed she heard the words, "She shouldn't have opened that message." What message? Who was it for? And why did Remy's phone go missing for over 2 hours, only to mysteriously reappear, wiped clean? Something is off. Let's not forget, this all comes just days after Remy and Papoose were spotted in a tense argument at a private event in Harlem, where Claressa was also seen arriving late and leaving early. Eyewitnesses said Remy looked drained, distracted, and at one point, had to excuse herself to the bathroom for over 20 minutes. So now, fans are asking the obvious. Was Remy's collapse really medical? Or was it the final straw? After weeks of emotional stress, internal family pressure, and the alleged betrayal that's been brewing behind the scenes? Because word on the street is, a private letter was found in her personal bag. A letter that allegedly details months of emotional neglect, career pressure, and the deep fear that she was being replaced. A quote from the letter allegedly reads, "I've always been the strong one, but I'm tired of holding everything together. If anything happens to me, just know I tried to protect us all." And that, ladies and gentlemen, sent chills down our spines. Caption: Heavy lies the crown. Pray for her. No photos. No updates. Just that. And fans? They're in a frenzy. One user tweeted, "I knew something was off with Clarissa being around so much. Remy deserves peace, not pain. Hashtag pray for Remy." Another fan on TikTok went viral saying, "Y'all gonna act like Remy didn't look dead inside at that last red carpet? This been building up." And guess what? They're not wrong. This isn't just a one-time incident. This is the eruption of something that's been bubbling under the surface for months. The canceled shows, the sudden weight loss, the cryptic captions, and the rumors about late-night arguments between her and Papoose. It all leads here. Now, with Remy unconscious, her family scrambling, and Clarissa refusing to answer any media inquiries, the silence is starting to feel very, very loud. But the question is, what happens now? Because what we're about to reveal next, the hospital leaks, the missing file, the voice memo nobody wants you to hear, is about to blow this story wide open. The moment the rumors hit the blogs, the internet exploded. Remy unconscious. Clarissa the last one to see her. Papoose posted a black square. But nothing else. And nothing, we mean nothing, could have prepared the public for what came next. A leaked voice memo, allegedly pulled from the hospital's internal messaging system. And when we say shocking, we mean career-ending level shocking. In the memo, a female voice, believed to be Remy, sounds groggy, emotional, and out of breath. They think I don't know, but I've seen the texts. I've seen the messages between them. I'm not crazy. I just can't do this anymore. I'm tired. What was she talking about? Sources close to the hospital say the message was recorded during a private check-in, where Remy, still conscious at the time, was talking to her nurse about stress, insomnia, and feeling mentally broken. But it gets worse. Apparently, a second file, yes, a second file, was leaked just hours later. This one allegedly from a private conversation between Clarissa and a mystery caller caught by accident on a hospital hallway intercom system. "She's not going to make it through this," the voice whispered. "And honestly, I don't care anymore. She brought this on herself." The backlash was immediate. Social media turned into a battlefield. Twitter exploded with hashtags like hashtag pray for Remy, hashtag Clarissa exposed, hashtag what did Papoose know. Fan pages flipped their profile pics to candles. TikTok flooded with emotional edits of Remy's happiest moments, layered with melancholic music and captions like, "She didn't deserve this." But while fans mourned, a new wave of theories took over. Because someone, a close friend of the family, allegedly spilled that Papoose had been suspicious for weeks. That he'd found something in Remy's phone. That he knew about the energy shift between Remy and Clarissa. That he warned Remy to cut her off, and she didn't. Which brings us to the next twist. Papoose allegedly hired a private investigator. And yes, we're talking full-on trench coat, sunglasses, wiretap type of investigator. The PI, whose name we won't mention for legal reasons, or because we definitely just made it up, reportedly discovered frequent, unlogged visits from Clarissa to Remy's home while Papoose was out of town. Add to that the suspicious screenshots floating around online showing Clarissa texting someone labeled Pap at odd hours? Well, you do the math. And while none of this has been officially confirmed, because of course not, that hasn't stopped fans from connecting the dots. Let's break it down like this. Remy collapses mysteriously. Clarissa was there. Papoose is radio silent. 2 voice memos leak. A third party confirms Papoose suspected something shady. And let's not forget the deleted tweets from Clarissa's burner account, which fans uncovered using AI analysis. One tweet allegedly read, "She acts like she's untouchable. Watch how quick things turn." That tweet? Gone within minutes. But screenshots? Forever. Meanwhile, TMZ accidentally dropped a photo of Papoose walking out of the hospital late at night, looking completely broken. Red eyes, slumped shoulders, hoodie over his head, clutched in his hand, a folder. The headline? Papoose leaves ICU in tears, private files in hand. And now here's where things get really out of control. A GoFundMe popped up claiming to raise money for Remy's long-term recovery care, and raised $40,000 in under 6 hours. But hours later, Papoose posted on Instagram, We didn't start this. Please don't donate to anything unless it comes directly from us. So, who started it? Who's profiting off her pain? Well, there's a wild theory floating around that a certain PR firm, one known for scandal flipping, is behind both the leaks and the fake fundraiser. And the name connected to that firm? An associate who once worked with Clarissa's manager. You can't make this up. Well, technically we can, but that's not the point. Meanwhile, fans are turning on each other in comment sections. This is what happens when you don't protect your peace. Nah, Remy was always too good for them. Clarissa's shady. You don't visit your friend's house at 1 a.m. just to check in. Papoose knew. He just didn't know how to stop it. As of now, no official charges have been filed, no press conferences, no statements from Clarissa, but guess who did speak? Remy's cousin Lisa. Yes, the same Lisa who was with her during the 2007 sentencing, posted a cryptic Instagram story. This ain't the first time Remy was betrayed. But this time y'all played with her life. So now we've got a possible love triangle, an unconscious rap legend, a messy pile of voice leaks, suspicious DMs, and missing files, and fans screaming for the truth. But what they don't know yet is that Papoose is about to change the game. Because a hospital insider just leaked another piece of the puzzle, a sealed envelope delivered directly to Remy's room. Marked confidential, for Calvin only. And for those who know, Calvin means Papoose. When that envelope was opened, what was inside, according to the leak? A confidential medical evaluation, not just of Remy's current condition, but how she got there. A full breakdown. Blood reports, stress level metrics, traces of medication that weren't in her prescriptions, that's right. There were signs of sedatives, the kind that can cause confusion, fatigue, even unconsciousness if mixed with the wrong dosage. And while the hospital hasn't made any official statement, a second nurse, posting anonymously on a closed Reddit forum, claimed this. The tests didn't match her intake chart. Either someone gave her something she didn't know about, or someone altered her treatment before she got here. Now, it's not just a mystery. It's potentially criminal. And that's when Papoose snapped. According to a family friend, he called an emergency legal meeting from the hospital chapel phone, on speaker. Lawyers on the line, every family member within earshot, his voice steady, but cold. He demanded a full investigation, not just into the meds, but into the security tapes, the visitation logs, and yes, Clarissa's involvement. Because remember, Clarissa was the last person seen in Remy's room before she collapsed. And now, leaked hallway footage confirms she was also the only one to request privacy access to Remy's chart earlier that day. A move that requires medical clearance. So, what was she doing? Clarissa's team issued a one-line statement. She visited as a friend, nothing more. But fans weren't buying it, because right after that, another clip leaked. Low quality, blurry, but real. It shows Clarissa and Remy arguing near the nurse's station. Clarissa turns away, visibly shaking. Remy's face is pale. Then, the timestamp cuts off, just before she collapsed. Now the internet was in meltdown. Fan reaction split. Chaotic. Emotional. She tried to poison Remy. Nah, Remy was spiraling. Stop blaming Clarissa. Papoose better burn the whole thing down if this is true. And just when it couldn't get any messier, a new voice note surfaced. But this time, it wasn't Remy. It was Amber. Remy's old friend turned distant associate turned, maybe enemy? Her voice? Cold. Calculated. If this blows up, it's not my problem. Clarissa wanted leverage. I just helped deliver it. Deliver what, exactly? That's when Papoose and his legal team dropped the bomb. They filed a motion for temporary restraining orders, targeting Amber and Clarissa, citing malicious interference during a medical crisis. And that's not all. Papoose held a private press briefing outside the hospital. No media allowed inside. Just an official statement. This is bigger than any headline. Bigger than music. My wife is fighting for her life. And now we're fighting for the truth. People listened. Celebrities started speaking up. Cardi B reposted Remy's photo with a caption, "This don't feel right. Praying hard." Fat Joe posted, "Real ones don't fold when the pressure comes." We ride with Remy. Even Nicki Minaj, yes, Nicki, liked a tweet that read, "Say what you want, but no woman deserves this." That like alone? 12 million views in under 8 hours. Meanwhile, the hospital confirmed an internal audit had begun. Multiple staff members were being questioned about chart tampering, unauthorized file access, breach of protocol. Remy Ma, still sedated, was moved to a secure wing. Family visitors only. No phones. No cameras. No Clarissa. And Papoose? He hasn't left the building. Sources say he's been sleeping on the hospital's sofa, eating cafeteria food, writing in a small black notebook, documenting everything. One nurse said, "He's quiet, focused, like he's building something." And he is. Because just 2 days later, Papoose uploaded a video to Remy's official YouTube channel. Title: The Truth, no intro. No flashy edits. Just him, sitting beside Remy's bed, her hand in his. "We've been through a lot, but this almost broke me. What they did. What they tried to do. We're not going to stay quiet." Papoose's voice didn't shake. It didn't break. It cut. "If anything happens to my wife, understand this. It will not go unanswered." Then he ended the video with 3 words: "We're not done." And the world, it listened. The comment section, a flood. Fans pouring in prayers, lawyers offering pro bono help, even former enemies showing up in solidarity. But not everyone was happy. Because just hours after the video dropped, Papoose received an encrypted email. No sender. No subject line. Just one sentence: "You're not ready for what's next." What does it mean? According to a digital security expert, the metadata traced the email back to a device once linked to Amber. And now, Clarissa's legal team is preparing for war, a full defamation suit claiming the leaked voice notes were manipulated, audio was AI edited, files were illegally distributed,